Our next guest runs an installation service for home and cars, and they do some really cool things that we're going to learn more about. The CEO of InstallerNet is Tony Frangiosa. Did I say that right?
That's close enough. Frangiosa.
Frangiosa.
Very good.
I knew in 10 seconds I would forget how to pronounce it. Welcome into Tomorrow. How
Thank
are you, sir?
Very good.
Good. Glad to have you with us. And we're hearing from other exhibitors such as yourself, this is the place to be. I mean, if you're at all involved in mobile electronics, and for us as covering consumer tech all in our whole 24 years on the air, as we've learned, this is the place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for many people that know about the CES show, this is the CES of the 12 volt of the mobile electronics industry. And
only they do it so much better than CES.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the whole, when you think about it, this is as the association is, and as most of the exhibitors here are really focused on the specialty channel, the guys that use their hands that install things. My roots of where I started in this industry as an installer many years ago in the early 80s. But yes, this is where you come to speak to and understand and educate the specialty installer.
So since you have a passion for this since back when you were an installer, clearly you realize this is an industry that not only is fun to be in, but passionate about and growing. Because I'm sure back then even you said there's more stuff coming out all the time, which is why we've been doing our show for so long. Sure. There's always fun things to talk about. And I'll bet you've seen that same thing in this industry.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I started as a kid in high school, and literally, that passion bug bit me, and I started to, work on cars at the same time, have a love and a passion for music, and then figured out how to bring them together. The technology at the time was very primitive, if you will, and I could, name brands and types of products that some people might remember that still have here, or don't have here anymore, I should say. But yeah, that was exactly. And my story is a lot like many of the exhibitors or the attendees here today. It started with that passion. It started with that, the love for the industry and the love for the automobile, and really almost as a hobby, that then figured out how did they differentiate and become a specialist in what they really do well. You're not going to see a lot of Harvard grads and MBAs, and it doesn't mean they don't have a unique type of intelligence. It's just that they really do and continue to get started in this industry because they were doing something that they really loved.
Yes.
And in many ways figured out the things along the way. And that's really what MEA and KnowledgeFest does, is to help them, do that. Help them become a better business person, help them become a better customer engagement salesperson, and clearly help them become a better installer. And
then bring us to 2019 and InstallerNet, for example. Tell us what it is that InstallerNet does in general.
Sure. So, I think a lot of people think about the InstallerNet model in comparison to very popular Geek Squad type of a business, where, and many people have referred to us as the Geek Squad for everyone else other than Best Buy. And they're a very accomplished brand and a very professional organization. And in some cases, they've been a client of ours throughout the years. But the difference between a Geek Squad type model, although we both have a nationwide footprint to support technology either in the car or in the home. The difference is a Geek Squad is focused on supporting Best Buy customers and enhancing and helping to take care of a Best Buy customer, where for many products, whether in the mobile electronics or the home electronics space, that are trying to sell through distribution channels where installation is not available, InstallerNet then can partner with them so that a customer can get that end-to-end solution. And we do so by showcasing professional installation services, rating, training, managing them, so that the customer experience is an overall good one.
Gotcha. And what's cool about that, as you say, is it's not just one company that they're dealing with and their products. You can help anybody with anything they need in this industry.
Sure. And and again, if you think about it, it's difficult for a small business in a regional environment to create a relationship with an enterprise level brand, right? So what InstallerNet does is it has an infrastructure, it has a platform, almost a Match.com type of a model, if you will. It's referred to in some cases as a marketplace marketplace environment.
And I like that analogy. Sorry to interrupt, but I like the kind of the Match.com for mobile electronics, because it gives me now a better idea of what it is that you guys do.
Absolutely, and I would say,
but don't swipe left or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Swipe right only or whatever.
Right. Well, and that's probably the difference. So,
or is that Tinder? I don't know.
Don't admit if you do.
Exactly, I don't know.
But in a Match.com environment, you have a supply and a demand, right? Yeah. And what it really does is designed to sort of introduce you to somebody. Well, InstallerNet goes a little bit further. So if our analogy or our business model on leveraging our platform applied to a Match.com, it would be not only introducing you to the woman of your dreams, but we would dress you, we would make sure your breath smelled nice, we would do all of these things to ensure a better date. So it's a good match. Not just you're on your own, Dave. Have a blast. Yeah, and a good match equals to a good customer experience.
Sure.
Who bought a top brand product, whether it's a Sirius XM radio right from Sirius XM, or they walked into Costco and bought a Swan camera system, and they get those products, and
which is great. Maybe they saved a lot of money buying it from a big box store or something, and then it's like, great, now what? Now I can't put it in. I'm not going to ruin my car or whatever.
Right. And the way we deliver that, or we communicate, is we have a unique product called the Install Card. So it's a physical plastic card in many cases, and it's either inside the box or somewhere in conjunction of that transaction. And so the customer buys it. If they know somebody they can get it installed, fine, right? If they can do it themselves, great. If they can't, or would prefer to use their time better by having a professional do it for them, then they're able to take this card, call the number, or go to a website, key in the number, and we'll create a custom work order experience that will then select the highest rated member in our network to go out to your home. But again, instead of them just showing up and meeting you for the first time, without properly dressed, if you will, we would have already
give them a breath mint.
Exactly. We would have already educated them on the product and really educated them about doing a better quality of service, which is why InstallerNet, made such a significant investment into the KnowledgeFest type of environment, so that we could, rising tide raises all boats, and we're only as good as the network that we're able to deliver. So, investing our resources and things to this type of association that allowed our network to get educated really improved the overall industry, and the attendance and what you're seeing here shows over the 10 years of what's been done.
Oh, no doubt. And then is that how long InstallerNet's been around?
So InstallerNet's been around for, I want to say, 13 years. We got involved in supporting Mobile Electronics Association just about 10 years. Actually, it was about 9 years ago. This is the 10th show, but nine years. And InstallerNet really spun off of another business that I founded that was called mobiletoys.com at the time. It was a .com that was probably the first clicks to bricks model online. Coming off of a previous business, I took my car stereo installer retailer experience and developed a software program to run my business, and then went out and sold that software program to other retailers across the country. And when the .com era was there, we thought, well, hey, we got an idea. We'll sell more software. We'll create a website with a fit guide and information, and we'll send them we'll sell online, but then send them to our software user businesses.
Sure.
And so that's really what started. When the .com time sort of changed, we shifted from a B2C to a B2B model, and that's what InstallerNet represents today, that B2B to C type model, so that enterprise level partners can partner with us, and we'll showcase the professional installer, usually through the install card. We call it like batteries are now included when you buy the product.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. So the business to business and business to consumer model has obviously worked for you guys, and it's a really cool success story, I think, of how this all emerged to help installers get together with consumers and end users know they don't have to panic. They get a great price on some cool products. Somebody can help them get them installed. They don't have to just depend on a Geek Squad or somebody like that may not be dealing with those kind of products.
Right, and that's it. Like I said, the Geek Squad supports that particular
they do what they do.
Market and channel. Where we want to support all of our partners' products, and over the years, doing it now for 13 years, we've had some pretty exciting projects, not just for consumers, but also on the commercial side. So, I can share with you a couple stories when the largest school bus transportation provider in the country saw not necessarily as a problem they were having, but saw it as a concern they wanted to address, and that at the time was kids falling asleep on school buses, and they bring them back to their parking lot and find out later that kids were stuck in a bus all night.
Yeah, they're locked in a bus.
Right. So we had a company that developed a unique technology that would help remind drivers to check for sleeping children, and we went out and built probably one of the largest 12-volt installation projects and installed in less than a year 60,000 school buses leveraging our network of installers all across the country, and actually delivered a solution where if you turn the school bus off, they had so much time to go to the back of the bus and push a button, and we turned on the dome lights and hooked up a motion detector even if they missed them. So, those are the types of things that you feel good. I remember when we went out and made that presentation to the company at the time, I had 3 young boys. If they're running around here and they're not young boys anymore, but I had 3 young boys that were on that school bus, and I used a picture of them getting off that bus, and it was one of these, not only will we do a good quality install leveraging our network, but this is something that my kids drive your school buses and transport. So that feels good. We've had several of those stories.
It was you really took it to heart, and it was like we can take care of these kids around the country, and unfortunately, we need to do it.
Yes.
It wasn't like you came up with something that, was solving a problem that didn't exist. Unfortunately, that's a problem.
Sure, and we don't want to take credit for the technology, but we'll take credit for helping to enhance that technology. I remember when we first brought the installation, we looked at the installation program that we were building for our partner. They had a solution where they wanted us to put a button back and run this wire 40 feet long to the front, and we worked with them for developing a way that we could leverage an existing wire, sending a digital code to the front. We reduced the installation time, and at the same time created a much more efficient solution for those. But and not only did I look at it sort of as a young dad at the time of not only sort of making sure my kids were safe, but that ended up becoming a message we were able to communicate across our network. I remember having a session with one of our local providers, and he was talking about how important this was for his kids, and even went out and communicated locally to the media to say, hey, I'm installing a safety device for all the schools in my community, and made it special in that approach. So that's when you get a really feel-good approach on a lot of these projects that we execute.
Love the story too, because it makes a difference in so many lives. I mean, handling 60,000 school buses times however many kids they carry. That's awesome. So we've got to get you back on the show because I know you've got more stories. We're just flat out of time in doing so. But InstallerNet.com
is our website.
It's the website. You do need to check that out. Of course, we'll link you to it as well when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Tony, you're a delight to chat with, CEO of InstallerNet.com. Check it out. Thanks for joining us. We'll let you get back to a very busy show floor here at KnowledgeFest.
Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure. I'm Dave Graveline. We continue from Dallas, Texas, with more from KnowledgeFest. It's their 25th year, and kudos to them, too. It's a really cool anniversary with a lot of exhibitors that are very excited about the Mobile Electronics Association and the industry in general. I can understand that. We're back with more as Into Tomorrow continues. I'm Dave Graveline, right here on the Advanced Media Network.